Coming up on Mountain News this morning, hospitals in Appalachia are facing hard times as a new report highlights how some are struggling to stay open. And a new community is looking for its forever families while the houses are being built.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We are coming up on 6 o'clock this Tuesday morning, and it is also a first alert weather day. So let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast.
Going to have lots of sunshine the rest of the week, but we're going to have a lot of heat and humidity, Madison, to go with that sunshine. And we combine the heat with the humidity, and heat index feels like values will be in the triple digits. So needless to say, athletic fields outside. Yeah, that's obvious. What's not so obvious, when you have a gym with a 5-set volleyball match, that could be a little stifling just because the air doesn't move and you have a kind of closed container type of theory going on. Here's some of the examples regarding the combination pertaining to heat and humidity and the reason why we have first alert mode going here on WYMT. Some low clouds and fog affecting the visibility. And 63 here in Hazard, 65, London, 58 at Clintwood. High pressure on top of us. The lack of cloud cover and a lot of sunshine with high pressure this afternoon warms us up into the lower 90s for an afternoon high. Again, we touched 92 in Jackson. We're tying that record high from 2007. Bust up forecast. That's coming up in a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. In a world where governments are working to move away from energy resources like coal, Senator Johnny Turner says he is not willing to give up that easy. I was able to speak with Turner about how he is enforcing laws which keep the industry afloat. Senator Johnny Turner says he is holding government agencies accountable when it comes to the coal industry.
So this government trying to kill the coal industry, it ain't going to happen in Kentucky, ma'am. Just ain't going to happen.
Turner wrote a letter to the Energy and Environment Cabinet about the holdup for water permits in the coal industry specifically.
But we as legislators fund that department and direct the means and ways that it should act in treating the industry of Kentucky, specifically the coal industry here in eastern Kentucky.
In its response letter, the Energy and Environment Cabinet claims the regulatory time frame is 180 days, and there is only one permit past that timeline at this time.
I take it that the department will extend those that haven't been, and they better be getting in touch with and reissuing the permits of those people that are shut down, because we put them on notice.
Turner says as the sponsor of the bill, it is his duty to make sure the law is being properly carried out for the people.
It's just a rippling effect. We can't stand that right now. With the state and the people that live and eat and pay their bills just can't tolerate that right now. And that's the whole purpose of us as legislators, making sure that the government follows what we pass to protect our people here in eastern Kentucky.
Turner says his initial concern comes as the September 30th deadline for permit applications nears, and an influx of applications is a possibility. The Energy and Environment Cabinet say they have issued 46 coal general permits since June 17th of this year and do not see the upcoming deadline as an issue for operations. A report from Kentucky Health News says that 13 of Kentucky's 71 rural hospitals are at risk of closing, with 6 of those in immediate danger of being closed. The report did not name the hospitals, but officials say they all provide not just 24-hour care to folks in their communities, but also are a source of jobs that are needed in the area. CEO of the Kentucky Hospital Association, Nancy Galvany, says people need to start thinking about the impact hospitals have.
They're a major employer in many of our communities, so the loss of a hospital would be very, very devastating, not only for access to care, but loss of jobs, loss of employment to the local area. So, we need people to support their hospital and think of them in multiple ways, not
The report says losses on private insurance patients are the biggest cause of overall losses in at-risk hospitals, although low reimbursement rates from Medicare and Medicaid are often blamed. According to a report from Kentucky Health News, 13 of Kentucky's 71 hospitals are at risk of closing, with 6 being in immediate danger of being closed. With the cost of running a hospital growing, they rely on government assistance in order to stay open. CEO of the Kentucky Hospital Association, Nancy Galvini, says that hospitals are not receiving the financial support needed for rural hospitals to stay fully operational.
They're not negotiated with the hospitals. And unfortunately for Kentucky, we are at one of the lowest reimbursed states under both of those programs. And the reimbursement isn't covering the actual costs to pay the nurses, to pay the supplies, to deliver the care to the patients.
Galvini says that people should reach out to their local legislators so that they can make policy changes that can help get more reimbursements for rural hospitals in Kentucky. The new Higher Ground community being created in Floyd County is looking for its future community. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about the New Hope Estates.
Floyd County officials are partnering with Fahi to help find flooded families a more secure foundation.
It is a great opportunity for people who have been flooded time and time again to get an opportunity to housing outside of the floodplain and have a sustainable place to live.
The organization is set up at the Floyd County Community Center, helping flood survivors through the intake process for the incoming Higher Ground community.
It gets people to a sustainable place to live in Eastern Kentucky, which is hard to do with the consistent flooding that we've experienced over years, especially the 22 flood.
Flood survivors do not have to come to the center, but can also find guidance through the Housing Can't Wait website.
That'll actually automatically put you in our system, and we can reach out and have a case manager call you directly and follow up with you there.
And while no one has been placed in a home at the future site, which is still under development, Fahi representatives say the movement toward progress has provided a lot of new hope.
I feel like it also gives people hope that there are new housing initiatives that are starting, and there are new housing locations and higher ground sites that are providing opportunities to people to live safely.
As New Hope Estates is formed and filled in Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Fahi representatives are on site Mondays and Wednesdays from 11 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon, but help can also be found at housingcan'twait.org.
And a good Tuesday morning to you. First alert mode here on WYMT. Well, obviously nothing's going on with satellite radar composite, right? Yeah, it's looping, don't worry. High pressure's right on top of us. It's because of the heat and the humidity. And when you combine both values this afternoon, a heat index feels like value in excess of 3 digits across eastern and southern Kentucky. We're dealing with the low clouds and fog, 63. Winds are calm right now. We'll see temps about 7:30, about right around 64. Warming up quickly for the lunch hour, mid-80s, and we'll do 92 for the high today in Hazard. More about the ARH First Alert 7-day forecast in just a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. The first standalone Cadillac dealership in Kentucky just opened. Don Franklin Cadillac in Glasgow hosted its official grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony on Thursday. According to employees, it took approximately 9 months to get the location built and ready for the big day. The Glasgow location is unique in the sense that it is the very first dealership in Kentucky to feature Cadillac's new building designs.
This is the very first of the new design, Cadillac new design in the state of Kentucky. So there's not very many of these built yet, so we're very excited for people to come out and see it. They just approached us with an idea of the new design, and we wanted to make a big investment in the Cadillac brand because we thought it would be very good for us going forward.
The dealership is located on 1003 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. A Jefferson County Public School theater teacher took on a different stage this summer, competing in the Mrs. USA Universe pageant, and she won. Kenesha Watkins Bernard is her name. She was crowned earlier this summer at Daytona Beach in Florida. Even though she participated in her first pageant less than 1 year ago, she has acted and modeled for 24 years. She encourages women to chase their dreams regardless of your age. Here's what her platform is about.
My platform is bringing theater arts into schools. I love to teach through theater no matter what topic it is. I work with middle school kids at Mazik Middle School, and we just dive on in to some very hard-hitting questions and issues about race, gender, just body images.
She will be competing for Mrs. Universe next year.